All right, welcome guys. It is Thursday, June 15th, and I am here with Tammy. She is a new consultant on our team, and Tammy has just really killed it in her business and since she's been in past couple weeks. I just wanted to bring Tammy on today, let her introduce herself, where she lives, what she's done in the past versus where she's at now with Pampered Chef. And then I'm going to ask her a couple of questions. But I thought you guys would love to hear from her and her secrets and her tips and things like that, and why she's killing it in her business. So Tammy, share a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what jobs have you held in the past, and a little bit about your family. What keeps you busy?
Hi, everyone. I'm Tammy, and I grew up in Illinois. When I was 21, I moved to Wisconsin, where I met my husband, and we spent many years there. Then we moved on down to Florida for about 8 years, and we recently moved back to Wisconsin because I'm expecting a new grandbaby.
Yay! We love grandbabies, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. So this will be number 5, the second boy. So we're so excited and can't wait for that. I have spent I would say at least 25 years in the retail business. So sales has been my thing. Yes. I have done I've done big box, I've done small boutiques, I've done stores where I have been required to have reach a sales goal every day. So I think that helps a lot with this business. So I've always known how to talk to people and network with people and get people in. So that's been I've never done direct sales like I'm doing right now, but I've definitely been in the sales business for many, many years.
Nice. Yeah. That is awesome. And I think, like you just said, that just kind of led you up to where you are today. Sales is kind of your niche. And you know how to talk to people, and you have such a good persona about you. I've never met you in person, but you seem so fun, and I love talking to you all the time because you're so positive. And you just try to find the good in everything. So, and I think that has a lot to do with your success in your business, for sure.
I agree. You have to stay positive.
Yeah. So, so Tammy has already in June, today's the 15th, she's already submitted $2,000, guys, in sales. She was our #1 consultant in the month of May as well. So Tammy is really hitting those goals that she is setting for herself. So Tammy, share a little bit about how do you set your goals? Like, what do you think with your goals? How do you set your goals, and then how do you reach your goals?
I set my goal. Well, let's just start with, because I'm new. So I started with the fast track rewards. I wanted them all. I wanted them all quickly.
And you got them all, right?
I did, and I got them all quickly. Like just a little bit over my 30 days.
Yes.
So, I mean, that was my goal, to do that and to just be as successful as I possibly can, because at the end of the day, I want to make money too.
Yeah,
so
we're all here for
and I want to make money because I like to spend money. I love to shop. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, why am I actually doing this? It really comes down to money. So, I don't necessarily have that dire need for money, but I want to spend money. I want to go on vacations. I want to spoil my grandchildren. I still want to spoil my kids.
Yeah.
So that's what drives me, is to be able to do those things. And I want to do it. Even yesterday, I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I don't like to shop at Walmart. If I have to, I will, but I don't like it because I worked there for 7 years.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I just don't want to go there. So I was at a store here in Wisconsin. It's called Woodman's, and they're a little more expensive. And I'm putting stuff in my cart, and I'm thinking to myself at the time, I don't ever want to not have to worry about saving those pennies. I want to just buy what I want. And that is what truly drives me, because I don't want to go there.
Right. Yeah, you don't
So
want to be in that place. We've all been there. When we started out, when,
yeah, oh yeah,
30 years ago, we lived in a trailer. We had to move across the street because we couldn't afford, it was $325 a month in rent. We couldn't afford that. We had
yes,
to move across the street to save $50 a month.
yeah,
I remember going to the store with one of these little things and
yes.
adding up what I have in my cart, so that way when I get to checkout, I'm not putting things back. We could not eat snacks. Like, I hear you. Like, I don't want to be in that place ever again either.
Yeah, exactly.
So how important do you think somebody's why is in this business?
I think that why is very important. You have to want to do this in order to do it. You've got to want this to be successful. So
Yeah.
it's very,
Yeah, and everybody's why is different, right?
yes,
But I think we have to keep our why in front of us, to keep us motivated, like you just said. So
absolutely.
super. So with all these parties you've had and all this success, how do you get parties on your calendar? I know everybody is wanting to know that.
I for one thing, I do have a huge network of people. I like I said, I've been in the sales business for 20 years. So there's a lot of people that I know that I've been able to reach out to.
Mhm.
So I encourage that, reach out to everybody. We talk a lot about, you're going to run out of friends and family, and that's true, but you've got a network of people that you've worked with in the past, people that you've acquainted with in the past. I mean, there's just so many people. If you start to write down a list of all the people that have known, haven't talked to in a while, people that you should reach out to just to check on and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that is your start. That's your start.
Mhm.
Then once you get these parties rolling, then you've got to start booking from your parties. And in order to book from the parties, I made a few notes here.
Yeah.
I contact. So what I do is when I'm in my, usually by the time the party ends, I am contacting the people that have bought from me and asking them how it's going, how they're enjoying their products. And then after we've had that conversation, then I'll sneak in, what would you think about having a party and what we have to offer and how they can get so many more great things for free.
Right.
So having the passion, the drive, and just being strong and going about it. Now, how do I go about it? Sometimes I reach out through Facebook if I can. There's a lot of people who are not on my friends list. I actually do try to friend them first,
Mhm. I
and
do
some of
too.
them accept and some of them don't. So that because sometimes they won't get that message if we're not friends.
Exactly.
So if they don't get that message, I'll wait a few days and I'll check and see if, their little face shows up. If it doesn't, then I'm reaching out by text. If I don't hear anything by text, sometimes I'll reach out by phone. I have reached out by phone. If I remember right, I booked one party that way.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but reaching out by phone, it just depends. It's really, for me, it's a gut feeling. Am I pushing too much? Do I want to reach out by phone, or is that too much? Because I've already tried Facebook, I've already tried text, and they haven't responded. But sometimes I do. It depends on that feeling. I really go with a gut feeling for that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I love that you have different ways of reaching out, because you're right. If we're not friends with them on Facebook, they may or may not see it. Some people are not techie enough to know how to go into the chats, the other folders, to see those requests, or to see those messages. So yeah, it's so tricky, but it's just finding out like, okay, this didn't work on Facebook. Now I'm going to text them and see. And then you picked up the phone, called them, and there you go. And some people just need to hear our voice sometimes, to know that we're not a robot sitting behind the computer all day, just messaging, and talking, that we are human too, and that just builds a connection with people. So great job on that. So when you get into because I'm just going to be real here, that we have highs and lows in this business. And that from doing sales for so long, right? It wasn't all roses, was it, in your 25
No,
years? No.
it sure wasn't. There are highs and lows in every business.
So how do you overcome those lows?
You just keep going and don't let it bring you down. And we all have emotions, and it probably is impossible to not be let down by a few things. I was myself this week. I lost 2 parties in the same day. But I did not dwell on that. I just picked myself back up and I just went right back at it. And I actually, because I had that feeling and I don't like that feeling, I want to be a happy person all the time. I got 1 booking yesterday.
Yeah.
I got several no's, but I did get 1 booking for August. And that made me happy. Then I'm really going, today I'm really at it, just
Yeah.
contacting everyone that I possibly can.
Yeah, I love that, because we cannot make people have a party, and we don't want to do that, because then it's not going to be successful for us or them. And nobody's going to be happy in the end. So you just got to find out kind of why they're not wanting to do it, and kind of right now, and kind of work through that and see if they want to reschedule. If they're a hard no, bless and release,
Right.
take your time and your efforts and go get those other parties, because there is parties out there. We just have to go get them. And making those contacts like you're doing today is going to get it. So I can't wait to see how many parties you book from today, reaching out to people. The one thing I did want to ask too is you're busy. You have grandkids, and I know you've kept them this week, and you're married. You have a family, and you're very busy, and you're having a rock star month already. How do you prioritize your time to set business time hours? Like, how do you manage that?
It's for me, I'm a night owl. So
Me too.
I'm very flexible and I try to stay flexible, and that's what I absolutely love about Pamper Chef. I never want to go back to a box store ever again. I love the flexibility. So let's say yesterday, for example, I have my grandkids. We are actually camping right now. So they are outside and they are playing. I can sit out on the deck and work. And that's what I did yesterday. I can still keep an eye on them. They're playing. I can quit working to make them lunch or whatever they may need. They got an owie. And then I actually took a little break from that and took them swimming where I wasn't working. So I love the flexibility. And I would say I put in a lot of hours with this. I would say that from any day, it could be 5 to 8 hours.
Yeah, that's
This
awesome.
is a full job for me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I do a lot of stuff at night. I do find that I will get more bookings when I reach out to people during the day. So I do try to do that then. But then maybe like closing up parties or sending emails to my hostesses that need to close the next day, or sending texts or emails to my hostesses that are going to be starting a party. I can do all that stuff at night.
Yeah, I think that's so key, because we have to say, okay, like what's important in my business right now that I have to do right now when it's 12 o'clock. I need to do this and this and this. What can I wait till later to do? Okay, I can message my host for next week. I can do that later today. And I think you have that down pat, is what needs to be done right now. What can I wait to do later? And then in between that, you can have family time, you can watch your kids, grandkids, things like that. So I love that, Tammy. I think you have a perfect system down that works for you. You're killing it. And I just want to thank you so much for doing this out of the spur of the moment. I was like, oh, can you do this for us tonight? So thank you for taking a few minutes out of your time today, because I know you're ready to go get those parties, and continued success to you. And I just can't wait to see your future with Pampered Chef. Have a great day,
Thank you so
guys.
much. Bye.
Bye.